What is up, everybody? Alright, it is time to put on your patched vest and touch up your corpse paint, because we have a special treat today, and that is the Super7 Ultimates Kind Diamond Mercyful Fate debut tour version. There's actually two Super7 Ultimates King Diamonds. King Diamond, if you're watching this, you probably know, is a Danish heavy metal singer. He has his own band known just as King Diamond, but he also was the lead singer of Mercyful Fate. Super influential. He's known for his vocal range. He has like he's like a countertenor. He has a falsetto. He can do anything from the death growl to the super duper high pitched operatic squealing. It's very versatile vocals. I'm a huge heavy metal guy. I will admit King Diamond is not my favorite. I do like King Diamond, but he's not in like my A tier of bands that I listen to. I listen to him once in a blue moon. But anytime two of my interests collide, in this case heavy metal and Super7 Ultimates action figures, I have a really hard time passing it up. And I figured King Diamond would hold me over until the Super7 Ultimates Lemmy from Motorhead comes out. Because I do love Motorhead. They are absolutely in my top tier of bands. And I have that one pre-ordered. I think it comes out next month. Maybe this month. So super duper excited for that Lemmy to show up soon. Yeah, until then. Oh, and another thing, this specific to King Diamond, that no one will probably care about. I live in the absolute middle of nowhere in the Midwest. Nothing around for hours, really. But for some bizarre reason, there is a spooky abandoned house out in the middle of nowhere that for decades now has been known as King Diamond's house, with the legend being that King Diamond used to live there and perform satanic rituals there. And while King Diamond is in fact a Satanist, if you had any idea where I lived, you would know there's absolutely zero chance in hell King Diamond ever lived there. And on top of that, even by the time I was in school, and I'm old now, 99.9% of the people I went to school with had no earthly idea who King Diamond actually was. They thought he was just some local spooky urban legend guy. They didn't know who he was. So how that rumor, that legend started is beyond me. I've always been extremely curious about that. But yeah, King Diamond's house, the spooky house out in the middle of nowhere. And it is a spooky house. But in any case, I'll shut up and stop rambling now. So Super7 Ultimates figures always have excellent packaging. This is actually probably my favorite packaging I've seen on one of their figures so far. So of course we have all this stuff going on here with the inverted cross and the skull and the runes and whatnot. Looks like it's on like a big wooden door on the front of an old castle or something. Got an inverted cross on that side. Inverted cross on that side. And on the back we have, again, Mercyful Fate. So pretty exciting. And then we will slide off this slipcase here to reveal the man himself. And this is King Diamond. In this face paint, he always had corpse paint of some sort. But this is based on the corpse paint that he used on Mercyful Fate's first world tour in 1982. We also have here his infamous microphone, which is a fibia bone and tibia bone formed into a cross, which he holds upside down to make it an inverted cross, of course. We have various hands here, including, most importantly, these two hands given the goat. And you can't really see it right now, but in the back we have a cool yellow gold cape with some runes on it. And of course the man himself. So looking pretty spectacular already. I'm very excited about this dude. Can't wait to open him up. So yeah, I should probably shut up and just go ahead and do that. Oh, another nice touch, as you can see in the background here. He's surrounded by flames. King Diamond burning in hell back there for all those satanic rituals he performed in the middle of nowhere, Ohio. Okay, I actually forgot to read the little blurb on the back here, and more importantly, I do not want to pass up any opportunity to use the word blurb, because that is a very fun word. It's very fun to say. Blurb. I highly recommend it. Everyone try it right now. Everyone say it. Blurb. That was a good time, wasn't it? Anyways, in 1982, Mercyful Fate embarked on their first mini-tour of Europe. The tour introduced King Diamond to the heavy metal scene and launched him as an icon who has influenced countless fans and bands. This is where it began. Actually, let's add some smoke here for dramatic effect and try that last sentence again. This is where it began. That'll go really well with the hell flames in the background here. That'll make it extra spooky. Yeah, pretty dramatic, huh? Alright, I should shut up. Let's open this dude up. Alright, so here he is. The man, the myth, the legend, the icon, King Diamond. And right off the bat, I have to say, this figure looks pretty phenomenal. I think they did an excellent job of capturing King Diamond with this. He's looking super tough, super badass. So, yeah, figure looks great in my opinion. Let's go ahead and do a quick 360 here. Only slightly wobbly. Oh, no, I spoke too soon. It is indeed a wobbly 360 as always. And then let's go ahead and take a closer look at some of the details on the figure here. So right off the bat, we have the iconic corpse paint, complete with the upside down cross on the forehead. So that's looking really nice. I think they did a good job on that. We have the leather vest with entirely too many extraneous zippers, which the more zippers you have on your vest, the cooler you are. I'm pretty sure that's the way that works. We have the nice chain necklace here, which, as you can see, is not sculpted on. That is a separate piece. We've got the upside down cross on the necklace there. Of course, you got to have a bullet belt. Any self-respecting metal musician got to have a bullet belt. That's looking pretty good. Leather pants. We got the nice leather boots here with the cowboy-esque metal disc things on the boots. I don't actually know what those are called or what purpose they serve, but they look cool, which is the important thing. If I can focus here. And then, of course, you've got the ribbon, or scarf, I should say, on his neck, and the ribbons or scarves on his arms, and these are all actual soft goods cloth, of course. And then we have the upside down cross earring in this ear. You can never have too many upside down crosses if you're King Diamond, I suppose. So yeah, looking pretty phenomenal. Again, I think they did an excellent job of actually capturing King Diamond with this figure. Yeah, he looks like he's ready to step out and sacrifice some goats right now. I can practically hear him screaming about Abigail or some shit. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, awesome looking figure, I must say. And then, of course, we have some additional goodies. So first off, we have his iconic microphone, which is composed of actual bones forming a cross. And, of course, he usually holds it upside down because, again, you can never have too many upside down crosses going on if you're King Diamond. So, yeah, that's looking pretty cool, pretty iconic. We have some additional hands, which, as always, I am too lazy to actually pop out because putting them back away is a hassle. But the most important hands, of course, are these two up top here, which are given the goat. He has 3 additional pairs of hands, which, as always, I am not going to pop out because I'm too lazy to put them all back away afterwards. But most importantly, I will draw attention to these top 2 hands here, which are giving the goat. And that actually started with Ronnie James Dio. This is your random trivia of the day. Ronnie James Dio, who was the second lead singer of Black Sabbath after Ozzy left, his grandmother was an Italian gypsy, and she used to make this hand gesture to ward off the evil eye. So Ronnie James Dio used to do that in concert, and people picked up on it and started doing it, and it just became a standard, iconic element of the heavy metal scene, although it obviously came to mean something else entirely. Now it represents goat horns. But yeah, gotta love the goat horn hands. And of course he also has hands that are designed to hold the mic stand. He's got some fists, yada yada yada. We have this additional head here. He has 1 additional head. So we've got this one where he's singing or screaming or whatever you want to say with the mouth open there. Oh, and this one actually has 2 earrings. Did the other one have 2 earrings? I think the other one only had 1. I'll double check that here in a second. And I believe those are both upside down crosses. Yep. So 3 upside down crosses on the head alone. King Diamond doesn't mess around. Apparently there's no such thing as excess when you're an operatic, satanic, Satanist, death black metal singer guy. But yeah, and again, the corpse paint looking really fantastic. The paint job on that is very clean. So the both faces look pretty phenomenal, I would say. And last but not least, we have this robe, complete with some runes and a skull and whatnot. Nice sparkly gold robe. Looks pretty great, actually. Obviously, of course, it's soft goods cloth cape, not cape, soft goods cloth robe. Yeah, looks pretty phenomenal. Nice and sparkly and shiny. The detailing on it looks nice. So, yeah, big fan of that. It looks pretty great. Should I go ahead and put that on him? Let's go ahead and drape this on the king here real quick. I'm not going to go all out and... let's see. Can I just do this? Okay, obviously it's very stiff right now. I'm going to have to mess with it to get it to actually fit better and actually take my time putting it on there correctly instead of just loosely draping it over his shoulders. So right now it looks super goofy and wonky, but once once you get it sort of unstiffened, I don't, that's not a word, I'm sure, but you know what I'm saying, and actually take your time to put it on there correctly and make it fit well, it should look pretty phenomenal. Actually, is this wired? Yeah, it's wired. Okay, so there's wires on along the edges here, so you can adjust it as needed. So that's why it looks so stiff at the moment, because the wires are bent this way. But once you adjust it, I'm sure that'll look pretty phenomenal. Of course, you got the back there. So yeah, looking pretty great all around. Yeah, I really like this figure. I think it's pretty phenomenal. Again, I think they did an excellent job of capturing King Diamond. The detailing, like the paint job on the faces, both face sculpts, look pretty phenomenal. The detailing on the figure itself is pretty great. The actual chain, the bullet belt, the scarves and ribbons and everything. Oh, I forgot to check. Oh, I guess he does have 2 earrings on this head as well. One was just covered up by a scarf. Alright, I was in the middle of editing this video when I realized I never did the articulation. Although, you pretty much know what you're getting with the Super 7 Ultimates. Well, actually, no. I take that back. That's not true. I guess there is a good bit of variety amongst Super 7 Ultimates figures, so let's see what we've got on old King Diamond here. So, arms, forward, backward, horizontally. Ooh, very stiff. Gosh. Well, that's about as high as I'm going on mine. I don't know, maybe it's just stiff. Maybe it'll go higher, but I do not want to push my luck. It's feeling quite a bit of resistance there, so not sure if it'll actually go any higher than that. Elbows, 90 degree, single joint. Same with the knee, 90 degree, single joint. Ankle, not really much movement in the ankle. There's a bicep swivel here. Waist, side to side. Head, up, down, all around. And you do have an ab crunch, which does not look bad on this figure, thankfully. I don't know, maybe it's just because of the black vest kind of hides it a bit, but not as glaringly obvious or ugly as the ab crunch on some of the other Ultimates figures. And that one is also very stiff, so I don't know. Either it doesn't actually have much movement to it, or mine is just incredibly stiff. But yeah, it does not want to budge. And again, I don't really want to push my luck. Yeah, I guess that's about it. So yeah, all around, pretty phenomenal figure. I'm very, very happy with it. I'm very impressed by it. They did an excellent job, again, of capturing the essence of King Diamond. It's a pretty good likeness. Not a ton of accessories or extra goodies, obviously, but what's here is pretty fantastic. So, all around, really great job, I must say. I think this is a pretty great figure. If you're a King Diamond or a heavy metal fan, I highly recommend picking this up. I think it's pretty spectacular. I'm kind of debating whether I should get the other King Diamond Ultimates as well. But yeah, figure itself, pretty phenomenal. Super, super happy with it. I think he looks great. Yeah, 2 thumbs way up. Really happy with it. So that will do it for the Ultimates King Diamond Mercyful Fate World Tour Edition. Yep, and until next time, thank you for watching, and goodbye.